Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to yet another illuminating and educative broadcast on verses and paragraphs and everything in between. Yesterday, I was faced with the challenge of it was too hot. I couldn't pull the rope of my generator, and so I was sweating throughout. Today, thank God, I've been able to get someone to put on the generator, but guess what? Today it's a battle of the generators because my neighbor also downstairs is using his own generator, which incidentally is beneath the window from where I get the lights for this broadcast. So for today, our background sound or background music will be that of a generator until such a time as my neighbor decides that he's had enough of the generator. Anyhow, that notwithstanding, welcome to verses and paragraphs and everything in between. Great to see Oluwafunto Onifade, you're watching from France. Good to have you on the show. Mute Olori, good to have you on the show. You're a first timer watching from Abuja, and my sister Eloho FMY is watching from Edinburgh. Now, just as we started, I was talking about yesterday where I was faced with the challenge of no generator because I couldn't pull it. It was stiff. Well, today, okay, my sister says she's in a meeting. That's great. Well, today, I have been able to get my generator working. But guess what? My neighbor downstairs has his own generator on, and so it's a battle of generators. So any background noise, please just bear with us. Good afternoon, Oluwafunto, and how is France on this beautiful hot sunny day in Lagos? Is it snowing in France? Anyhow, yesterday we were talking about palindromes, and palindromes are words which are spelled the same way backwards as they are spelled forwards. And what I found very interesting is that every day we are making use of English first. We didn't know that about 29% of the words we use in English are actually of French origin. So we are talking, we don't even know that different things and different names apply to the different things we say or use in our everyday speech. Yesterday, like I said, we talked about palindromes, and their words which when you spell them backwards are the same as spelled forwards, just like words like we had words like Anna, A-N-N-A, civic, and so on. Oh, it's cold and windy in France. And we talked about the different ways in which you can have palindromes. Today we have another interesting literary device. We use it in our day-to-day speech. People who write use it in their poems, in literature. And we don't know that there's actually a description for the way in which we either use the words or phrases or the way as they occur. I'm even just learning. Now, what I'm talking about is polysyndeton. I wrote it. Polysyndeton. Know that poly actually means plenty. So we have polysyndetons, and it is spelled Polysyndeton. Polysyndeton. And a polysyndeton is the use of a number of conjunctions in close succession. I'm sure we all know what conjunctions are. Conjunctions are words that help you that when you want to add or join different phrases or different ideas, and you have conjunctions like and, but, or. So we're talking about polysyndetons, and polysyndetons is when you are either speaking or writing and you use a number of conjunctions in close succession. It is actually a stylistic literary device in which several coordinating conjunctions. My sister Timi is watching all the way from Massachusetts. No, let me show you. No, not polysyndeton. I'll show it to you again. The Oluwafunto, it is polysyndeton. Polysy. Okay, sorry, you thought it was Syndeton. Polysyndeton. And it is when you use conjunctions in close succession, either when you are speaking or when you are writing in literature. Hello, okay, all the way from Massachusetts. My cousin, she's watching for the first time. Now, polysyndeton is the repetition of the conjunctions, and it adds power to the other words. I'll give you examples very shortly. But when you use polysyndetons, either when you're speaking or when you're writing, it slows down the pace of the sentence and can add rhythm to a sentence or series of sentences. They are found, like I said, in literature and in day-to-day conversations. Take, for example, I'll read one for you. Yeah, correct. I have to hold it up again. I think maybe my hand is... Okay, here we go. Polysyndeton. Polysyndeton. And it is when you use a number of conjunctions in close succession. Now I'll give you an example. 1. Today, my teacher gave me math homework and science homework and reading homework and a project to complete. Now the conjunction that has been used here is the word and. So this is in day-to-day conversation. Okay, I'll give you another one. He screamed and jumped and clapped and danced and sang for joy. Great, Oluwafunto, you've seen it. So I'm reading out the use of polysyndetons in our day-to-day conversations. Now here's another one. I like Jeff, but he likes Karen, but she likes Mark, but he likes Marie, but she likes Morgan, but he likes me. So the conjunction that has been used here is but. Now it adds a sort of rhythm to when you are speaking. Some people use it without realizing, but when it is done in writing, that one is deliberate, because the writer in literature is deliberate. Now I'll read you another day-to-day conversation using polysyndeton. We are ready for camping. We have the tents and the sleeping bags and the sandwiches and the cakes and the drinks and the roasted chicken and the blankets. So the polysyndeton we have used in this sentence is and. So you use any conjunction, but when you use it in close succession in a sentence, it not only adds rhythm, it also adds a sort of like artistic effect. It gives it an artistic effect. Now the term polysyndeton comes from a Greek word meaning bound together. It makes use of coordinating conjunctions, like I said earlier, like and, or, but, and no, which are used to join successive words, phrases, or clauses in such a way that these conjunctions are even used where they might have been omitted. So you see, in a case where you say he screamed and jumped and clapped and danced and sang for joy, you could say, you could make your sentence why and omit those conjunctions, or you could also add a punctuation, a comma there. Now there are also examples of polysyndeton in literature. Emilia Odiete, I have so many people watching from America today. Emilia Odiete is watching from Texas. I know she's in Houston, Texas. Good to have you on the show. Ehi Ojelabi is watching from Edinburgh. Thank you so much for joining the show. Shout out to everyone. Without you, this program wouldn't be on. I think I would just be talking to nobody. But thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Today we are talking about polysyndetons. Atta Ogole is watching from Lagos. Atta, shout out to you. Thank you for joining our broadcast today. We're talking about polysyndeton. I'll hold it up. I wrote out the word because you see, this is why, as a teacher, you need a blackboard. But very soon I will soon have a blackboard by the time I start having a camera, so I can write differently. So polysyndeton is spelled Polysyndeton, and it is a literary device. Essay is watching from Mesquite in Dallas, which is in Texas. Thank you for coming on the show. I have so many people watching from America today. Yay! Ehi, you are very welcome. Bridget, Essay, I hope Angel and Daffy are watching. We are talking about polysyndeton. Polysyndeton is the use of a number of conjunctions, which are conjunctions like and, or, but, and you use them in close succession in a sentence. And this is the spelling of the word polysyndeton. Polysyndeton. And polysyndetons can be used in our day-to-day conversations and also in literature. Earlier on, I read some sentences, so I think I'm going to read those sentences I had read earlier on. Today, my teacher gave me math homework and science homework and reading homework and a project to complete. So the polysyndeton there is the conjunction and. They've been used in close succession. They could actually have been omitted, but for reading and in some places for emphasis, they have been used. And we use them every day without realizing that we are using polysyndetons. I'll give you another one. When he heard the good news, he screamed and jumped and clapped and danced and sang for joy. So the polysyndeton we have used there is the conjunction and. And of course, you see, it lends a certain kind of rhythm. It's as if you are dancing or you are singing. He screamed and jumped and clapped and danced and sang for joy. So there's a certain kind of rhythm there. Then there's another one. I like Jeff, but he likes Karen. But she likes Mark, but he likes Marie. But she likes Morgan, but he likes me. So the conjunction that we have used is but, and it's a polysyndeton. And like I say, it lends a certain sort of rhythm. When you are speaking, you don't even know that you are using them. But when you use conjunctions in close succession and possibly for emphasis, then you are using polysyndetons. Then there's one that I have in the regular day-to-day conversation. We are ready for camping. We have the tents and the sleeping bags and the sandwiches and the cakes and the drinks and the roasted chickens and the blankets. You know, you could actually make that sentence without using and, but for a rhythmic effect, it is a literary device. I mean, we use that one also in literature. All right. And I talked about the origin of the term polysyndeton. It comes from the Greek word meaning bound together. So you have polysyndetons. Solomon Akpoghene-Adaiah, it's good. Yes, I can see you just joined. Thank you so much for joining, and shout out to you. Thank you very much for joining. Then we're talking about polysyndetons, which is the use of a number of conjunctions in close succession. Now I'm going to give you some examples of polysyndetons in literature. You know, in literature, at least that one, Isaac Slim Charles. Good to have you on the program. Isaac Slim Charles, I think you are a poet also. We're talking about polysyndetons, which is the use of conjunctions in close succession in sentences. We've just given examples of day-to-day speaking. I'm now going to read examples of polysyndetons in literature. All right. Now, I have here Mrs. Hurst and her sister allowed it to be so. But still they admired her and liked her and pronounced her to be a sweet girl and one whom they would not object to know more of. This is from Pride and Prejudice, written by Jane Austen. So the polysyndeton that has been used there by the author is and. Now, from one of the greatest books of all times, I'll read. And Joshua and all of Israel with him took Achan, the son of Zerah, and the silver, and the garment, and the wedge of gold, and his sons, and his daughters, and his oxen, and his asses, and his sheep, and his tent, and all that he had. This is from the Bible, Joshua 7:24. Today we're talking about polysyndeton, which is the use of conjunctions in sentences in close succession. Ngozi John Uya, it's good to have you on this program. Thank you for joining all the way from Abuja. Thank you so much for joining. We're talking polysyndetons, which is a literary device. It can be used in day-to-day speaking and also in literature. Ngozi, John Uya, Bridget is saying hello from Dallas in Texas. Angel Duffy. Shout out to you guys. Give me a high five. Bam. All right. Now, the one I just read is from the Bible and is the greatest book of all times. And the polysyndeton that has been used is the word and. And if you notice, we kept on saying and. Okay, I'll read it again. And Joshua and all of Israel with him took Achan the son of Zerah, and the silver, and the garments, and the wedge of gold, and his sons, and his daughters, and his oxen, and his asses, and his sheep, and his tents, and all that he had. So you see, it has a rhythmic effect. It slows down the pace of the sentence, and maybe for emphasis. I mean, they could actually have used that one without, but okay, Ngozi John gives you her love essay. I hope you can see that she said that. All right, now I'm going to read another one from literature. I said, who killed him? And he said, I don't know who killed him, but he's dead all right. And it was dark, and there was water standing in the street, and no lights or windows broke, and boats all up in the town, and trees blown down, and everything all blown. And I got a skiff and went out and found my boat where I had her inside. Mango key, and she was right, only she was full of water. Now this is After the Storm by Ernest Hemingway. He has used and as a polysyndeton, and is able to make his readers feel the anxiety that his character is feeling. Now these, like I said earlier on, you have polysyndeton's, and you use them both in day-to-day speaking and also in literature. For those who have just tuned in, I want to hold up the spelling of the word we're using today. Polysyndeton is spelled P-O-L-Y-S-Y-N-D-E. Sorry, the fan is blowing it. T-O-N. And a polysyndeton is the use of conjunctions, many conjunctions in close succession, either when you're speaking day-to-day or in literature. And we already gave examples of day-to-day speech, and the ones I'm doing right now are from literature. And I have yet another example from literature. Let the white folks have their money and power and segregation and sarcasm and big houses and schools and lawns like carpets and books, and mostly let them have their whiteness. And this is by none other than Maya Angelou. She was a popular female poet and is well known for her use of polysyndeton, which can seem excessive at times. This piece is taken from her story, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. The continuity in the entire sentence is remarkable, and the rhythm is exhilarating. Yes, my in-laws Samuel Duswazorara Dokore is watching from London. Good to have you on the program today. Today we are talking about polysyndeton. What I find very amazing and intriguing is that some of these things they sound strange, but in reality it's the way we speak. Like yesterday we were talking about palindromes. Palindromes are words which are spelled the same way backwards as they are spelled forwards. And when one of my young friends from Abuja, she watched the video after transmission, she said her head is spinning. But I'm sure when she speaks, when she makes wow, LOL, and they're spent, she doesn't know that she's actually using palindromes. So it is interesting to know that these things that we talk about, even me with my 2 degrees in English, I'm just learning new things. I didn't know that all of these things existed. So we are talking polysyndeton today. Now, what is the function of a polysyndeton in either your day-to-day speech or when you're writing in literature? Polysyndeton performs several functions. Not only does it join words, phrases, and clauses, it brings continuity to a sentence. It also acts as a stylish device that brings rhythm to the text within, with the repetition of conjunctions in quick succession. It is also employed as a tool to lay emphasis to the ideas, the conjunctions connect. So when you're talking and then you're trying to, for instance, I read this Maya Angelou's piece again. Let the white folks have their money and power and sarcasm and big houses and schools and lawns like carpets and books, and mostly let them have their whiteness. This piece is by Maya Angelou from her book, her story rather, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. So she has used her and there, and they say she's well known for her use of Polysyndetons. I mean, I spent 2 years, I have 2 different degrees, my first and second degree in English, and I never knew that the use of conjunctions in close succession, some people at times they use it for emphasis. I didn't know it was called Polysyndeton. So we are all learning on this program, but I am doing the searching, but I'm having a fun time doing the searching, and I hope you also are having a fun time learning. So today we've talked about the polysyndeton, which is the use of conjunctions in close succession, and it is used to join ideas, words, phrases, and can be used for emphasis, and it also lends a certain rhythm to when you are speaking or writing in literature. Now our word for today. Our word for today, when I saw the word for today, I don't know whether I should say aloud, because our word of the day is Shangri-La. Shangri-La. When I first hear Shangri-La, the first thing that comes to my mind is an exotic hotel in Abuja or in Lagos somewhere. But apparently Shangri-La, okay, I have the word. Everybody knows Shangri-La now. So let me not just assume that everybody knows the spelling of Shangri-La. So our word for today is Shangri-La. My hand is covering the G. So SHANGRI-LA, Shangri-La. And it is not really, well, it is the name given to some hotels somewhere and some other things, but a Shangri-La is a faraway haven or hideaway that is serenely beautiful and happy. So maybe your happy place, a place where you like and it is just peaceful, maybe it's a place where birds sing and the brooks, water, is a Shangri-La. It is also described as an imaginary paradise on earth, especially a remote and exotic utopia. Remember, utopia is an ideal or perfect state. When you talk about utopia, you just want a utopia where, like for instance, if we could have utopia in Lagos, there would be lights constantly. There would, like right now, I am having to, I don't know whether you can hear the background sound, and I said earlier on at the beginning, yesterday I had to, my challenge was, it was hot and there was no lights. I couldn't pull the generator because the rope was tight and I was sweating profusely. Today I was able to get someone to pull the generator for me, but it is a battle of generators, because the generator sound you possibly may be hearing is not from my own generator but from my neighbor's generator, and that is, if we could have a utopia in Lagos, we will not need generators. So utopia is the ideal and perfect state. Shangri-La, our word for the day, is a faraway haven or hideaway that is serenely beautiful and happy. You can create your own Shangri-La. Just go to a place where you just know that you are just extremely happy. It is quiet, it is beautiful. At times, if it is where you can create the sound of birds singing and water flowing, well, that is a Shangri-La. And the origin of Shangri-La, the place name Shangri-La was coined by the English novelist James Hilton, but the name has a firm Tibetan etymology. Shangri-La in Tibetan means Shang, mountain pass, from Shang, the name of the region in Tibet. Ri means mountain and La means pass. So Shangri-La in Tibetan means mountain pass. But the novelist James Hilton now coined that term as a faraway haven or hideaway. So when you're talking about your Shangri-La, it's a place where you go, nobody disturbs you, you are enjoying yourself, it is extremely beautiful to you, and you are just happy there. So that is a Shangri-La. And Shangri-La entered English in 1933. Now today, as always, we have our quotable quotes. And on our quotable quote for today, This quote is on appreciating the simple things. Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never ever have enough. I'll read it again. Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you do not have, you will never ever have enough. And guess who made this quotable quotes? None other than Oprah Winfrey. Well, I don't want to assume that everybody knows who Oprah Winfrey is, because the other day when Winnie Mandela passed, and I was talking about Winnie Mandela, and one young man looked at me and said, I don't know her. Who is she? I said, but do you know Mandela? I said, yes, but I don't know who Winnie Mandela is. So I was shocked, because I expected that no matter what, no matter how young the person is, if we talk about, if children are constantly updated on history and happenings in this world, they ought to know who Winnie Mandela is or was, as the case may be. So I'll just talk about who Oprah Winfrey is. She's an American media proprietor, a talk show host, actress, producer, and philanthropist, best known for her talk show, The Oprah Winfrey Show, and she has been dubbed the Queen of all media. So with that quotable quote on appreciating the simple things, I think I would like to bring this broadcast to an end. Today we've talked about polysyndeton, which is the use of conjunctions in close succession in a sentence, and the function of polysyndeton is to act as a stylish device that brings rhythm to the text. With repetitions of conjunctions in quick succession, it is also employed as a tool to lay emphasis to the ideas, the conjunctions connect. And just for those, because of those who just came in, I think maybe while you came in, I might have been reading polysyndeton in literature. I'd like to read once more the polysyndeton's in regular day-to-day conversation. This one I'm sure the students will understand and appreciate. Today, my teacher gave me math homework and science homework and reading homework and a project to complete. The polysyndeton used there is the conjunction and it's just try to lay emphasis. Maybe the particular student does not expect that they shall be given so much homework, and it's just maybe possibly just even complain either to the parents or to their friends or to brothers, sisters, siblings, or neighbors. And then another one is when he heard the good news, when he heard that he had won money, he screamed and jumped and clapped and danced and sang for joy. So the polysyndeton we have used there is the conjunction and then of course I read you some passages in literature. And then of course our word for the day is Shangri-La. Shangri-La is a heaven, a hideaway place where you just go. It's extremely beautiful and tranquil. And of course I read your quotable quote on appreciating the simple things. And now with that, oh, Angel, thank you so much. This is from Angel in Dallas. Angel is how old, 12 or 13, and she is the niece of daughter Bridget Esemusheshe, who is in Mesquite in Dallas. When I last saw Angel, she was a tiny itsy bitsy, but she's a big grown-up girl now, and she says she loves my show. Thank you so much, Angel. That means so much to me. Thank you very much. My big bros Kesagbosa is just coming on now that I am tuned up. Anyway, shout out to you, Kesagbosa. I guess you're watching from Warri. We are about running up the show. Today we'll be talking about polysyndeton, which is the use of conjunction. Oh, Angel is now 13. When I was there, she was 10. Yeah, she was 10. But it's good to see and know that you're actually enjoying the program. So the quotable quote for today is on appreciating the simple things. Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you do not have, you will never ever have enough. And that quotable quote is from Oprah Winfrey. I guess most people all over the world know who Oprah Winfrey is. And with that, I'd like to draw the curtain or bring to a close this broadcast. I'd like to shout out to everyone who watched from the different parts of America, from France, from Lagos, from Abuja, from Warri, Thank you so much for joining from London, my in-law from London, and my sister who is watching from Edinburgh, Ella FM, my greatest cheerleader. Even though she's in a meeting, she is watching my show. Thank you so much, everyone, for the encouragement. People have sent in encouraging words. I'd say good job. I thank you, everybody. I thank everyone who's enjoying this program. Thank you so much for your encouragement. If you're just joining this program and you'd like to see the broadcast, it will still be up on Facebook. But if you can't get it on Facebook, if you go to YouTube and you type my name, Erumena Amata, my YouTube channel will come on, and you can watch this broadcast and many other broadcasts. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you so much for your encouraging words. Thank you for your support. By God's grace, Friday is another date at 1 p.m. and we'll talk some more about this language that we use every day and what it's doing for us. We'll also talk about verses and paragraphs. And if you have a poem or a literary piece you'd like us to read, you're welcome to bring it on the show. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a pleasant rest of the day. And for those of you whose day is just beginning, you have a pleasant day. Angel and Daphne, have a great day in school today. Bye. Thank you.